We all experience face down in the battlefield moments, what we have previously called failures. We experience embarrassment, shame, anxiety, nervousness. Our reaction determines if we feel competent or empowered, or if we feel incompetent or powerless. And when powerlessness rules, we play the wounded warrior, fearful, nervous, anxious, stepping away from our passion, stepping away from greatness. Through the Warrior Project, you'll come directly in contact with all your stories and stuff, with compassion, and discover self-love and self-worth and trust in yourself. The Warrior Project is a project for women who want to be courageous, brave, and explore deep self-love. It's for the woman who wants to improve mental and physical well-being, create financial security, find her passion in work or fun, and make self-love an everyday activity. There are 6 wounds that keep us down, that keep us feeling powerless, hopeless, and running the same patterns. The 6 are here: fear, self-doubt, isolation, guilt, perfectionism, and impatience. You are unique and you have gifts to share with the world. I want to support you in stepping into your greatness so that your life and the lives of those around you will be benefited. And that means taking a good, hard look at our wounds. A wounded warrior is no reality. Neither you nor I want to stay inside. When we are in wounded warrior mode, all parts of our lives are affected. When we are acting from a place of being wounded, we attract more arrows or more wounds into our lives. Some of these look like this: money. And when we are in wounded warrior mode, the feelings we have around money are fear, guilt, and shame, to name a few. Romantic relationships. When we're in wounded warrior mode, we fear loss or we fear the rejection. What about career or work? Feelings that we may have include fear, feeling stuck, feeling shame or the shame of failure. What about in our health or our body? When we're in wounded warrior, we feel fearful. How much worse can it get? We feel guilty. Did I really spend the last 5 years to turn out like this? We're impatient. How come it's not happening faster? And we feel shame. And what about in our family or our community? We may feel shame or guilt, isolation, feeling separated. So instead of staying in wounded warrior mode, which as we can see does affect each part of our life, let's choose unshakable confidence, self-love, and fierce determination in the face of our obstacles. The Warrior Project helps women improve body, mind, and spirit so they can live free, happy, and joyful lives. We do this by building deep, unconditional self-love in the face of risk or failure. We help each other to be courageous, brave, and strong, and to move toward our dreams no matter the obstacles. The Warrior Project helps each woman create wellness in her body, and it might look like weight loss or muscle gain. Maybe it looks like better digestion or a deeper sleep. The Warrior Project helps women create peace in their mind and supports each in being less critical, less negative, so that there can be more freedom and more joy. And we create the Warrior Program helps to create and cultivate happier relationships, first with yourself, and then with your family, and then with others. The Warrior Project is an intimate group project led by me, Beck Forsland. My backbone is yoga, and so I structure this project much like a yoga workshop, except we don't have any boundaries. I'm a sociologist, I'm a life coach, ICF certified, and I'm also a wellness coach. I help men and women create more wellness, more well-being in their bodies, their minds, their spirits. And a 2-hour session might look like this. So imagine you've taken your time to set up your own sacred space at home. You have a yoga mat nearby, there's a meditation pillow, maybe there's some candlelight, essential oils diffusing in the background. You might have mala beads or a special stone nearby, and a pot of tea, freshly made, and a fresh journal nearby. So once you have your space set up where you can be here and dedicate this time to yourself in the training workshop, then much like a yoga workshop, we may chat a little bit before the hour. So you might talk to me, you might talk to other women who are joining on, coming in to our virtual room. And then when our session begins, my video feed fills your screen. The first part of the class is a lesson, and the greater part of the class is practice. So the lesson might last for about 30 minutes, teaching you about the body, teaching you about other wisdom or meditation techniques or other things that I've prepared for the class. And then the last 90 minutes is practice. And in the practice, we might use corrective yoga. We might use meditation, different breathing exercises, reflective journaling, or other creative exercises that I come up with for creating joy, freedom, happiness, and more. What happens between the sessions? Between the sessions, I encourage you to reach out to me for personalized support. You have an ICF certified life coach, wellness coach, and yoga teacher at your fingertips. So the question is, how will you use me? One example I'll give you: a few months ago, a client checked in with me between sessions asking for help. She's a single mom juggling a job that she loves and a teenage son, plus his extracurricular activities. And she struggles making time for herself, feeling financially secure, being at a healthy weight, and feeling good. In this particular day, she is feeling stressed out and fearful for the future, anxious and guilty. And so I created a guided meditation audio for her to use and sent it to her that morning. Later, she thanked me and said that it helped her release her fears, helped her let go of everything needing to be perfect, and that she had time to enjoy her son and take time for her own health and well-being. She felt peace of mind and relief, knowing that she had support and that she wasn't alone. So that's a powerful story. But your story is different, and so you might need support for something else, and you can ask me. I can help you. So we meet on Zoom. It's an easy platform that you can use on your computer, on your tablet, on a cell phone, or another mobile device. Zoom is fairly similar to Skype if you've ever used Skype. The only difference is that more than 2 people can join, and it's a very easy platform. And if you have any questions, just ask me. When do we meet? When does the Warrior Program meet? So one group meets the first Tuesday of each month, another group meets the first Wednesday of each month, and yet another group meets the first Thursday each month. And I have morning, afternoon, and evening groups available. The transformation that happens through the Warrior Project, like every beneficial relationship, happens with the commitment. So I request that each woman commit 6 months of her life to this transformational work. However, once in a while I offer an introductory offer for only 3 months. Why do I ask for 6 months? I've already heard quite a few women say 6 months is a little daunting. And this is why. It's like buying a dilapidated apartment complex. Tenants are living there. They live without working heat. They only have hot water 2 hours each day. The carpet is threadbare where there is carpet. It's not a very nice looking apartment complex. And you bought this apartment complex and now you want to go in and fix it up so that it's nice. So you go in and tell them, today there's going to be changes and you can't be here because new carpet is going down. And tomorrow the water will be shut off because we're fixing the problem. And the next day we're going to fix the heat, and on and on. Do you think those tenants are going to just sit there and be like, okay, yeah? No, they're going to put up a fuss. They don't want to be uncomfortable. They were okay with how it was. So there's a tendency to slip back into the old ways. The familiar is seductive, and our timid brain whispers, safe. But you desire greatness, and that's the warrior path. And that means pursuing your heart's desires for your own bliss and for the benefit of others. And you will be richly rewarded. You may be required to take risks that feel uncomfortable. And that's where the commitment to the Warrior Project comes into play. In the Warrior Project, you will be held accountable and have support 24/7. I can see your vision for your apartment building with clarity, and I have plans that will help fix what's broken and clear space where there is clutter. But I'm not the one doing the work. You have to do the work, and this is our team. And you are not alone. You are surrounded by women who want to support you, so connect with each of us. Women empowering women, holding each other to high standards. This is the benefit, the power of the Warrior Project. So when you feel the familiar pull towards safety, towards what's comfortable, towards the familiar, toward the old, talk to me. I know your dreams and I can help you. The last piece that I'll add about the Warrior Project is that every adult in the Warrior Project helps a young girl with self-esteem issues, with low self-esteem. And this is what we call, or what I'm calling, the Strong Girls Campaign. We're empowering lives one for one so that every adult in the Warrior Project helps, supports, sponsors one girl to be in the Strong Girls Campaign. And the Strong Girls Campaign is funded by the Warrior Project and kicks off in 2017. So the work that we are doing through the Warrior Project as adults is exactly what we're able to provide young girls. And how powerful is that? That through the Warrior Project, we can change the lives of girls so that they can too be better leaders and stronger, have more confidence, more self-love, and have fierce determination in the face of their obstacles. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I invite you to join me for the Warrior Project. It's a big movement, it's a big commitment, and it's huge transformation for your life.